What is going on in the Jackson family?
What is going on with the Jackson family?
Paris and Janet purportedly in a battle.
The judge suspended Katherine Jackson as custodian for Prince, Paris, and Blanket.
The judge appointed T.J. Jackson as temporary custodian of the three children.
First, the disappearance of Michael Jackson's mother, Katherine. Now we have new video that appears to show a scuffle.
Look what she's saying, 9 days and counting.
Sheriff's deputies showed up at the home of Michael Jackson's mother.
This is Janet Jackson confronting Michael's daughter, Paris, and it looks like Janet is going for Paris's cell phone.
I can't make sense of Janet trying to snatch the cell phone away from Paris and then trying to keep them from the grandmother.
New information coming in as we speak tonight to this show in the battle for Michael Jackson's millions, which could turn into billions. We are told Katherine Jackson on her way back from Arizona as we speak. She is being driven back or driving back. Now, of course, she raised her grandkids, Paris, Prince, and Blanket, ever since their dad, Michael, died. But tonight, a judge just a little while ago, hours ago, removed Katherine as their guardian, quote, because of the acts of third parties. Katherine's other grandson, TJ, appointed temporary guardian of Michael's kids. TJ told the court he talked to his grandma on the phone, but said, quote, her words were slurred, end quote. And then TJ's lawyers add, maybe she was trying to speak to him in code. So many developments. We just got off the phone with Katherine's attorney, Perry Sanders, who essentially said nothing to see here, but our panel is shaking their head and say, yes, there is something to see here. Roland Martin, CNN analyst, what say you? Is this about money, and is this the Jackson siblings who were left out of the will trying to get control of these kids because whoever controls the kids controls the money?
I think there are multiple facets of this. First and foremost, you have to confront the issue of money when you have Jackson siblings trying to contest the will, because they're trying to say, well, these are not the right executors. They have an undue influence. That's tied to money. Also, when you begin to talk about guardianship, remember, Katherine Jackson is getting upwards of $70,000 a month from the estate to care for the two children. You take that over the course of a year, I mean, you're talking about nearly $1 million to take care of a couple of kids. And so what about that particular issue? Then, of course, you add on the fact that Katherine Jackson is 82 years old. Her portion of the estate, when she passes away, goes to the children. But here's what I find to be interesting, Jane. Remember in Michael Jackson's will, if Katherine Jackson couldn't care for the children, Diana Ross was supposed to be able to care for the children. Where does she enter into all of this conversation? So it is extremely confusing, and I think, I listened to the attorney there, Jane. I'm not buying a lot of that stuff. If she went away for health reasons, don't you think she would have told the children and she would have said, I'm going away, so therefore this is who is going to care for you guys for the next 10 days? That makes no sense.
All right, Perry Sanders, you're Katherine Jackson's attorney. Can you respond to that, sir?
Yeah, I sure can. First of all, she did tell him who was going to care for him, the same person that always cares for him. This was just a very unusual situation of being in a spa. Where that was not a complete access spa. Regarding challenging the will, as everybody knows, and I'm sure Roland does, of course, there's a deadline for doing that. That had passed long before my...
Oh, my gosh, he's going in and out. But you get the point. He's essentially saying nothing to see here. But I got to go to Aaron Jacobs. You are co-founder of Justice for MJ. I spent many days with you outside court during the trial for Michael Jackson's doctor. What do you make of all of this?
Insanity. Absolute insanity. And the fans are completely upset that Paris Jackson, Michael Jackson's only daughter, has been screaming out for help for 9 days, and 4 siblings in the Jackson family have done nothing to alleviate this child's pain. We are so tired of the antics of the Jackson family. They blame the media, they blame everybody else when they are the ones that caused the division in this family. And I'll tell you what, the fan base of Michael Jackson, which is huge because we took that estate from 60 to billions of dollars in 3 short years, has a say in what's going to happen in the future with Michael Jackson's projects and music, and most importantly, his children. We asked that Paris not let them take her phone away. We begged her to keep talking to us, because if they do take Paris's phone away and something sinister is going on, like it appears it is, we need her to be able to communicate with us so that you and the media and whoever needs to get involved can get involved.
Well, listen, Randy Jackson and any of the Jackson siblings, in fact, anybody even remotely connected to this case, invited on our show anytime. We try to be fair. We want to be fair. That's why we've been playing Randy Jackson's comments to various other news organizations. Jen Hager, assistant managing editor, Radar Online. Here's what a source tells us, however, that both Randy and Jermaine, they claim, are behind on child support payments and asked Michael Jackson's estate to help pay their child support payments. Again, do we need to follow the money on this?
Absolutely. You've got to follow the money. The brothers, Jermaine and Randy, did informally float the idea by the executors of having them pay their back child support. Remember, they have the same baby mama, Alejandra Jackson. The estate immediately shot that down. They did not even have a formal discussion about it. RadarOnline.com broke that story yesterday, because in the will, the siblings are left completely out. Again, we need to circle back to Randy Jackson's claim that he says Michael Jackson's 2002 will is fraudulent. Okay, let's go there and say, yes, it's fraudulent. The 1997 will, no siblings are mentioned in the will. They're all excluded, period. So you have to follow the money. And furthermore, if I can just say, I understand Janet Jackson is concerned for Paris, tweeting to people and being overexposed in the media. However, she had no reason whatsoever to try to take away that young girl's cell phone. She is not her temporary guardian. She had no permission to be there on the property that day.
Rob Shooter, I'm going to give you the last word.
It's a whole mess. Ultimately, though, Janet, it's really sad, Jane. This is the saddest story, and it's so awful that all these fans of Michael Jackson throughout the world are once again seeing this horrible side of the Jackson family. It makes me sad.